name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature somewhere. And let me see if I can, nope, I can't do that. But anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and I hope you're able to get out and outside somewhere. I know in my area, it has rained yesterday, all night, all day today. So Starlight really did not get out there today. It has just been nonstop raining in my area. But anyway, if it's beautiful out in your area, get out for Starlight, Anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And those of you that have been watching and subscribing to my YouTube channel, I thank you so much. And I'm gonna jump right into this new topic. Is this time, this is a video about family or friends or relationships, whether it's a guy, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, husband or a wife, or even strangers, So this could be for any of those situations or relationships. So it's about saying, I love you, but I have to let you go, So it is really important in this world is to really, 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 really find out who really loves you, and are they there for you? Are they being real? Do you need to let them go? Maybe you feel like you've been being used or lied to, deceived, you know, um, maybe you feel like you've been tricked by a guy or a girl, maybe your mom or dad, just because a person has a title as a mom or a dad doesn't mean that they cannot deceive or lie or steal or cheat or any of that. Or even if you have a title being a grandpa or grandma, doesn't mean that you are not capable of lying, deceiving, cheating, deceiving, like any of those. So do you know somebody, whether it's your family members like your mom or dad, grandpa, grandma, kids, your kids, or your cousins, your aunts or uncles, anybody, maybe, like you thought they, there's love, but, like actions speak louder than words. Sometimes people say, I love you, but then you don't see any action. You don't see them showing you that they love you. So, and that goes with, it could be your mom or dad, brothers or sisters, they could say, hey, I love you, but you have your phone, which I can't use right now because I'm using it, for this video, where they never call you, they never call you. And there's a lot of reasons for that, as far as family goes. Sometimes family, members are mad at you for something that you might have did when you were a kid. Maybe you don't even know what you did. Or jealousy, brothers and sisters can be jealous, whether, you got a brother or a sister. Like I have brothers and one sister. So my sister's an angel. So, Starlight, I love my sister and I love my brothers too. But, with brothers and sisters, sometimes moms and dads might make one brother or sister, family member, feel more important or even more loved. And it can bring a lot of jealousy among the sisters and brothers, definitely. So, and then there's, like sometimes kids don't even have a brother or sister, and they might like it because they get all that attention to themselves, where, it doesn't bring up jealousy or anything like that. So it could be your mom and dad, they could say they love you, but, you don't see them showing you that they love you, Do they even call you on the phone? When's the last time your mom or dad called? And then why? Why did they call? Did they call because they just wanted something from you? Or did they call because they really love you and they want to spend time with you and they are not looking for anything from you? It's just they do love you. They wanna, go out and, spend time with you and maybe take a walk together, maybe go shopping together, or, like, with men, maybe you wanna go out and, watch, your favorite sports together, where you truly love that person and you're not looking for anything in return. You love them and you wanna spend time and talk and find out how they're doing, but not everybody gets that. Not every family member, like, has a family member that's reaching out and really sincerely love them without thinking, "Hey," like, what like, if I hang out with you, like, can I borrow money or can you give me something? Or, a lot of times there's family members, including mom or dad, brothers or sisters, aunts or uncles, where they might always be reaching out to you for something. And that even goes with, friends. You might think you have a friend where, every time, like, you're together, they seem to want your money. And you might let them know that, "Hey, right now, I don't have a job," but they still might be looking for you to see if you can give them money. Even though and they know that you might not have a job, they're always out to take from you, and they might not even communicate with you at all, or call you up and see how you're doing. It's just when they want something, that's when they come out and reach out and say, "Hey, I did something for you. Now you got to pay me money and give me money," and they might have not have gave you anything, literally, like any, like possessions or any, material value or anything like that. You know, um, Sometimes people might talk with you and they want to get paid to talk to you. Maybe they give you advice and they expect you to give them money. They're like, "Well, I talked to you and I communicated with you." Like, they don't talk to you on the phone, but maybe they talk with you or give you information and they're looking for your money. So there's a lot of people out there that are looking to take, and there's some people out there that are not always honest. They might promise things to you, and that goes with relatives or friends that you thought was a friend. And, you might have to say, "Hey, I love you, but I really think it's time for me to let you go." Not only, your family, your mom, dad, sisters, brothers, or what about your kids? Are your kids only calling you up when they need something? Or maybe they really don't call you at all. So do they love you, or is it that, like, they are just wanting to take from you? Like, are they even working? Are they working on themselves? You might have one child that could be working on themselves and another one that's not. Are they only out to take from you? And then you don't hear anything. Do they communicate with you? Do they call back? Do you reach out to them and do they return your calls? Or do they ignore you and, like, act like you're not even there? So you gotta, like, you gotta question that stuff. Do you really love me or do I have to let you go? And gonna get deeper and deeper on this is, you might even have a friend that, you started off as friends. And, a lot of times I hope, a lot of times, like, love relationships, they might start off as, like, you might start off like, like strangers, where you didn't really know each other. And then you might, say, "Hey, let's see if we can be friends." And you could start working on a friendship, you know, um, and how is that friendship going? So is who's reaching out to who? Are you always the one reaching out to them? And it seems like they're too busy, they never can reach out to you. Are you always chasing them? And then you realize that it seems to be all one-sided. Maybe you're always the one. Do they really even love you or like you, or are they even interested? So you got to really weigh that out. And, are they being real to you? Are they being honest? Or are they deceiving you? Sometimes people get together for the wrong reasons. There's some people I have seen in my life where, they will tell you everything you want to hear, and they might not call you up on a phone. They might have a reason. They might say, well, I can't call you on a phone for a certain reason. I can't reach out to you on the internet, like for emails. And, like you got to question, are they being honest with me? Are they playing head games? Are they playing on my heartstrings, pulling on my heartstrings? So you really got to really protect yourself around people, because not everybody is real. I do see things in my lifetime right here where, there are some people that I've had this happen many times with me, is I, have people that might reach out to me and say, hey, I want to marry you. I will buy you a house. I will put your name on the deed, and, but here they say all that to you, but they say also that they're in love with somebody else, and they might promise all the same things to that person too. And you might not even be interested in them, and you see right through their shit. So you like, okay, you say you love me, you want to marry me, you want to buy me a house, you want to put my name on a deed, but aren't you also like in love with somebody else? So you really got to be careful, is that sometimes there's people that they claim that they want to be with you, and that they claim that they love you. They claim that they want to buy you a house and they want to spend the rest of their life with you, but they got other women or men, that they are flirting with at the same time that they are flirting with you. So, you really got to keep your eyes open to that stuff, because to me, if you really love me, you would not be flirting with anybody else. So you really got to be honest with yourself. Sometimes it is really not easy to see things with your eyes. You're like, hey, I could see that you're flirting, and, where it does hurt. And you realize that, that person has been playing with your heartstrings. They have been lying to you. They've been deceiving from you. They have been taken from you. They're taken things, like your money away, and they might not even care how much money they take from you. And it is not about you. You realize that it's not about you one bit at all, that you have been played. So there are people out there that will play games with you, head games with you, and play with your heart. And not maybe just yours, but maybe they are playing with many people's hearts out there, whether it's a guy or a girl. And maybe they really, like, don't know what they want, and they can't make up their minds. And I really don't understand that myself, where I do know people that are like that in real time, where they're very flirtatious, and are you a guy? And do you like more than one girl? Do you say I love you, but then I love her too? Where like there's men out there and women where they could be playing the field and, going out with this girl, going out with that girl, or going out with that guy, and then later on going out with another guy, and just taken from that guy, taken from that guy, and or that girl. And so you really do, you gotta really protect yourself. And a lot of times, like, we guys and girls can, get confused when we see these things, and where you're like, no, you might believe their lies and believe their games, and you really want to believe and trust in them, but you don't see any evidence. You don't see, like, they don't keep their promises, and like, you are starting to see through them. You see through their bullshit. So sorry, but I really have to let you go. You have to let those people go, because it's only going to hurt and destroy yourself. And then, you think about it, is how much time have you spent with that person chasing them, realizing really you never had a chance with that person anyway. They have just been playing you. They have been deceiving you. They've been taken from you, and they never planned on being with you. So you really do. You really need to protect yourself from players out there that are just playing with your heartstrings. And that is like, like if you were hoping to get with somebody, and they never call you on the phone. They never send you an email. Communication is the key to any relationship. If they can't reach out to you on a phone or an email, you know what? Run. It says a lot. It really does. It's a big eye opener that you got to open up your eyes and say, you know what? They could say they love me, but that doesn't mean that they are in love with you. I love strangers, but I'm not in love with strangers. I love the people that support me, but I am not in love with the people that support me. I love them as human beings, as spirit beings, but I'm not in love. There is a big difference. I can love my brother. I'm not in love with my brother. So be careful when somebody says, I love you, and, they might have promises that they say, but you don't see any actions. You don't see them reaching out to you, and they have been playing with your heartstrings, and it is hard to see that, and to be honest with yourself, and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I love you, but I gotta let you go. And it is very painful, and that, like I said, with it could be your mom or dad, brothers or sisters, or even with your kids, or like people that are not your friends and you might spend time with, strangers, where you realize what kind of things come out of their mouth. Is it really helping you and lifting you up, or is it making you doubt yourself, or maybe throw you back? Sorry about that. Is maybe it's making you think the wrong way about things, and maybe it's bringing up negative energy, and maybe their guidance is bringing you in places that you're, anytime they give you any kind of insight, that you're like, no, that's not for me. Everything that they might say to you goes against everything that you'd ever want to do, because you're not on the same page. So you really got to be careful with that. Is there are men and women that do this, that they do play the field. And Starlight is a one-man chick. If I love you, you're the only one that I am going to be focused on. I'm not going to be focused on Bob, George, or Tom all at once. I'm going to focus on one. But if you are somebody that is focused on Sally, Kelly, let me see, Tammy, all at once, then you're not being real to yourself or the other girls. So you really, like, if you desire to be with somebody, get to learn one person. Don't try to play the field and, trying to get, and I did this a long time ago on dating apps, is because I really, I didn't get to meet any of them, but I was interested in 3. And I thought, hey, I'll just, like, kind of like a job offer, kind of, that's what I was doing. But then I realized it was the wrong thing. I needed to just focus on one. That's it. Just focus on, hey, let me and you get to know each other and see where this is going to go. Instead of me focus on 3 guys, even though we never had sex, never met, it complicates things, so it is really best to just focus on one person, one guy, one female. So if you are a guy and you are focused on Elizabeth over there from that part of the world, and Tammy from that part of the world, or that kind of, that different type of female, or, like, is it really fair for all the women to think that they got a chance with you when really maybe you don't even want any of them? So it is really best to just focus on one female at a time, one male at a time. Don't really try to focus on 3 or 4 or 5, or I don't know how many, at this point. Work on that one. Pick out the one that that if you're on a dating app, and this can happen, is when you have many people reaching out to you, desiring to spend time with you or get to know you, and focus on the one that you're most interested in and get to know them step by step until you get to finally meet that person. But if you never meet that person and you've been spending like a couple of years or a year and a half and you still have not met them, they still have not given you your telephone number, they still do not communicate with you, run. Believe me, you don't want to waste your time with somebody that is just playing with you, and then they're, like, they might be saying, hey, I need some help, send me some money. And you might be like, oh yeah, I'll send you some money. Well, how much more do you want next time? Where it is something how there's some people that they love money. They are the love of money is the root of all evil. So watch out, for people like that, is that they just want more, so I love all of you out there. And, I have learned, it is kind of funny where I have learned a lot of valuable stuff in so many years. And, like where, I had somebody out there teaching me a lot of things. And, sometimes they will teach you things that, really opens up your eyes, and you're like, wow, you know what? Like I had this happen before where I had somebody that was a very bad example to me, and they treated me in such a really rotten way, and they played mind games with me many times, and they would yell and scream at me. And you know what? It is funny how that kind of works sometimes, where after a while you start learning a lesson and you get so tired of being played with that it can backfire on the person that has been playing mind games with you. So be wise. Don't let anybody play with your heartstrings, and if they haven't given you your telephone number, you've known them for, maybe a year and a half or even longer, and they still have not given you a telephone number, no video chat, but they promise that they promise all these, it's not going to work. You're wasting your time. Really, you think about it, if you stop wasting your time with that person, you could definitely you could possibly find the one that was really meant for you. Don't waste your time with somebody that is having all these promises saying they're going to meet, they never call you up. They're playing you. So you got to wake up, you treat, don't hate them, got to forgive them, but it doesn't mean that you got to have them in your life. So, there's times that you could say, hey, you know what? I love you, but I got to let you go. I really do. And work on yourself, find out who you are, and don't give up on searching for the real one. And, that the real one is out there, somebody that will love you enough that they will give you their telephone number when you are ready to receive it, and they will communicate with you online, and talk to you like a human being, and they won't play games with your head or your mind or your heart. So don't give up on searching out for that loved one out there. And as far as family goes, you might have to let your mom go or dad go, grandpa, grandma. You might have to let that friend go that you thought was a friend, brothers, sisters, aunts or uncles, or, your friend, or, somebody that you might have been in love with. You might, or somebody that was, they said they were in love with you, but they were never in love with you. It was lust, or they just wanted your money. So, yeah, and that goes for guys and girls. Not, a lot of guys always blame women for wanting women's money, but guess what? You know how many guys? Yeah, guys, a lot of men throughout my life has wanted Starlight's money. They might have been making way more than I was making, but they wanted more. So you really got to watch out for that. Is not just women are out there to take money or material values, like necklaces or bracelets or whatever, earrings. Men are guilty of the same thing. Believe me, they're out there. They're everywhere. They're not just in the United States, they're in different countries. So it's not just women seeking to take, men can be guilty too. Not all men, but there are quite a bit out there that are doing that these days. And I mean, it's bad enough seeing a female do that, but to me, it's way worse seeing a man try to take from a female. Especially when the men's supposed to be the providers and the protectors, and then they're taking money from women, that, they play with their heartstrings. They get them to believe that they have a chance with them, and, they flirt with them. But, it's just a trick. It's just a trick to take your money and your heart, and they'll leave you. They don't have any intentions to ever being with you. So you really, men and women, please protect yourself from those people out there, whether, like a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband or wife. If that's all they're after, run. God has got the perfect person out there for you. Is that you don't be desperate, and don't be a fool by trusting and believing in people that have just got you on a little string. They're just playing with your heartstring. So I pray that you wake up and that you will realize that, you've been played with, either, even with your family members, that they've been just using you, deceiving you. And please, I just really want you to be able to see that, those ones that really love you are the ones that you want to keep dear, close to your heart. I love all of you. And, so there are many people out there, whether they are related to me or a friend or somebody that I, like was in a higher love with, is sorry. I love you, but I have to let you go. I am not playing the fool, and I am smartening up. I thank the universe for showing me these things and giving me eyes to see, and I need to listen to my intuition. When my intuition says Starlight, look at this, don't you see this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I do, I see you. So you gotta snap out of that, and wake up to the reality and realize that, what, you've been chasing the wrong one. So wake up and smell the roses. There's other fish out in the sea, out in the ocean or wherever they be. So don't chase somebody that is not meant for you. I love you so much. So you got to really think of the people in your life. Do you, love them, or do you got to leave them? It's so important. You got to protect yourself and your heart and your mind, and I really do hope you get a lot of help from this video, and don't be the one being tricked and deceived. I love you so much. I hope you get help. You can follow me on Instagram, and that's at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman. And so I do love all of you. Please, you could always reach out to me. Starlight's not going to deceive you. Starlight is still searching for that one out there. I know he's out there. I know that the universe has got that beautiful man for me out there somewhere out in the world. So anyway, I do love all of you. You take good care of yourself. You can give this video a thumbs up. And also thank you for those that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And anyway, this is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.